I've generated over $25 million in revenue for my clients through automation, and I'm about to tell you why learning n8n might be the worst decision you make this year, unless you understand what you're actually getting yourself into and how to approach it the right way. You see, most people quit in week 2, not because n8n is hard, it's because most tutorials are teaching you the wrong way. First, I'll expose the raw truth behind YouTube tutorials and workflows that actually screw you up instead of saving you time. Then I'll show you the real timeline of learning n8n and what mistakes to avoid. And if you stick to the end, I'll reveal the exact breakthrough moment where you'll become an n8n operator. So let me start with why most tutorials are setting you up for failure. Now, let's say you land your first automation client tomorrow. They want a simple lead personalization and follow-up automation. You confidently quote them 1 week because you've seen all the YouTube tutorials and you've got a bunch of different workflow templates from X. But 3 weeks later, you're completely screwed. The workflow might work fine in testing, but when you run a bunch of real data through it, things just don't seem to go to plan. You've got duplicate leads, data not mapping to the correct fields, and a bunch of different errors. And now you're spending day and night debugging what should have been a pretty straightforward, simple SMS and email workflow. And to be honest, this isn't your fault. Most of the tutorials that you see out there are using test data in a perfect scenario. But nobody shows you what happens when you run 500 leads into your workflow instead of the 5 that you tested it with. And there's a specific learning pattern that separates the ones who can push through versus the ones who quit. So in week 1, you'll build simple workflows with native integrations in n8n like Slack or Gmail using the AI agent node. You'll feel pretty good about connecting nodes like Slack and sending messages through, but you'll end up running into a ton of issues. And this is where the real learning starts. You're going to discover a bunch of nodes that you have no idea how to configure. And to be honest, you'll probably rebuild your workflows 2 or maybe 3 times because nothing quite works how you expected. And week 2 to 3 is where things finally start to click into place. You'll finally build multi-step workflows with conditional logic and HTTP requests with API integrations. The data flow from node to node will finally start to make more sense. And this is where most people get hooked because they can see the potential, but on the flip side, you're going to run into more errors, especially when it comes to troubleshooting HTTP requests and those pesky API integrations. Month 2 is about getting dangerous. You'll build custom branching logic, complex AI agent and system prompts, and even custom code nodes. But the problem at this stage is that you'll start to over-engineer simple tasks and workflows. You'll probably build complex, unnecessary solutions where a simple workflow is probably the better option. So at this stage, very important just to keep things as simple as possible. So month 3 is where you start building advanced workflows. We're talking sub-agents, we're talking MCP server calls, we're talking agents with multiple tools, we're talking knowledge bases, error handling, and so much more. You're not just connecting nodes anymore, you're building fast, reliable automations that actually work. But even knowing that timeline won't save you if you're making these 3 mistakes that kill most people's progress. So mistake number 1 is tutorial addiction. You'll watch endless tutorials on YouTube, you'll save all of the workflows on X, but you never actually build something valuable. I hear from so many people in the DMs who've saved 30, 40, 50 different workflows from different creators on X, but they can't actually put together a simple lead enrichment workflow from scratch. They're addicted to learning, but not doing the hard work in actually building the thing. So mistake number 2 is complexity worship. So everybody wants to build an impressive 30-node workflow because it's going to look cool on social media on X or LinkedIn. But personally, my highest earning automation is about 4 or 5 different nodes, and it's generated one of my clients over $600,000 in revenue. So that proves that you don't need something crazy complicated to actually be valuable and profitable. So stop trying to impress people and start solving expensive problems. So mistake 3, ignoring the business side. So you can master every node in n8n and you can become a technical whiz, but if you don't understand how to actually extract painful problems from potential clients and how to even get in front of those clients in the first place, all the skill in the world is not going to matter, because you're not going to be able to build a business from it and help other businesses with your skills. But knowing these mistakes isn't enough. There's a specific breakthrough moment that changes everything about how you approach automation. So when you stop building workflows and actually start solving problems, you're going to learn n8n 5 to 10 times faster. Instead of I want to learn n8n, ask how can I automate this $5,000 a month manual process? Then learn only the nodes needed for that specific solution, or find a similar template that you can actually start working from. My breakthrough came when I stopped following tutorials and instead I reverse engineered workflows that are actually making money for businesses. And that's how I generated over $25 million for my clients in automation over the last 8 years. But honestly, I made countless mistakes on the journey there. Months of trial and error, broken workflows, frustrated clients, and you probably don't have the time for that. That's why I created the n8n mentorship. It's designed to help you go from 0 to n8n operator in just 90 days. I'll help you build production-ready workflows, guide you through how to fix and troubleshoot problems, and make more money. And my guarantee is that if you don't have a production-ready workflow up and running in 30 days, I'll refund every penny. Now, I'm only taking on 10 new students this month because I review and speak to every single student before I decide to invite them into the mentorship. So click the first link in the description below if you're serious about mastering automation without spending months and months trying to figure it all out on your own. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you inside.